YouTube, it's motomattman. And today, it's a little bit windy, as always. I don't know what the deal is with this summer, but it feels like I'm in West Texas, not in Ohio. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is I've had people come up to me multiple times in messages on Instagram and Facebook and through YouTube and asking about the cameras and microphones and the stuff like that that I use, that all of us use for motovlogging. Not that we all use the same thing, but people that were interested in making their own videos. And one of the problems is that people, for whatever reason, it could be that they just can't afford it at the time, or they don't want to put in the money, like buying an expensive camera and whatnot to start something that they don't know if they'll stick with. And I totally get that. I mean, trust me, I'm not knocking anybody for that. You know, it can be a fairly expensive hobby if you let it. Motovlogging, or just making YouTube videos in general. Or some of the people, it may not even be that they want to post their videos on YouTube. It may be that they just want to make their own videos. And one of the big things is the cost of the camera. Now, I've got a camera that I use for my B-roll, and hopefully I'm using it right now, and hopefully everything turns out right. I got it turned on and everything else. And if that's the case, it should be showing right now up here in the upper right hand corner. And it is a Crosstour camera. It just shoots in 1080p. They do make one that shoots in 4K, although I've never used that one. Both cameras, both the 1080p and the 4K camera, you can get for 40 bucks or less on Amazon. Now, there is a drawback to the cameras. There's no place to plug in an external microphone. So that can cause a little bit of a problem. Now, what you can do is use a digital voice recorder and run a microphone up through your jacket and up into your helmet. And I've seen a lot of people do that. As a matter of fact, Yammy Noob did a video on how to get started in motovlogging for under 200 bucks, and that was one of the things that he suggested, was the external digital recorder outside of, you know, running it up through your jacket. You know, so there are ways around the external microphone attached to your camera. And God, I wish they would repave this road. That's why I don't take this very often on the bike, because the patches, it's patch on top of patch on top of patch, and that really sucks. But anyway, you can use the external voice recorder and just run a microphone up through your jacket and into your helmet, and that will solve much of the, you know, that'll solve the problem of not having the place to plug in an external mic. Now, one of the nice things about the Crosstour camera is they do have, I forgot the speed limit's dropped here. They do have a screen on the back so that you can see what you're shooting if you're behind it. You can also connect it via Wi-Fi to your phone to stand away from the camera and be able to view what you're shooting and operate the camera, which is really nice. So your phone becomes like a remote. So that is nice as well. But like I said, I mean, you could pick up this camera for 40 bucks or less. You can also pick up a voice recorder for about a digital voice recorder for about 20 bucks. You can pick up a microphone for same thing, around 20 bucks. So with an SD card and everything, you could get into motovlogging or making your own home videos with this camera. You could do it for under 100 bucks if you really wanted to. Is the quality as good as a GoPro? No, it's not. It is waterproof. You know, the camera itself is not waterproof, but it does come with a waterproof housing. It has batteries that are removable batteries, so you can charge it right in the camera, or you can buy extra batteries for this camera and a battery charger, much like the video I did on batteries, the off-brand batteries and battery charger that I use for my GoPro. You can get and it's actually, I think, the same company, and it comes with the battery charger and a couple of batteries. So you can go that route as well. But for the, you know, bang for the buck, it's a pretty daggone good deal. And I use the camera for more than just my B-roll for motovlogging. I've used the camera for all kinds of things. My kids' birthday parties and such, mainly because of the function of connecting it to the phone. And Jesus Christ, I always seem to get stuck behind the trash trucks on a hill. But you can, like I was saying, I've used it for like doing my kids' birthday parties and stuff like that, because I can operate the camera from, you know, a completely different room, and I can set the camera up. And that's nice. It was only my turn, dipshit. I can set the camera up like up high, or I could set it off in front of me and use my phone to view what the camera's shooting. So I use it for quite a bit of stuff, besides the motovlogging. I haven't tried using it where I've got it underwater and I'm sitting on the side of the pool or whatever and looking at it through my phone, which is maybe something I ought to try. I mean, I don't have a nice in-the-ground pool or anything, but I do have a small above-the-ground pool for my kids, so I guess I could try that. And I'll give that a try, and I'll let y'all know how it worked out. But anyway, the main point of this video is you can get into motovlogging and such without spending a bunch of money. So you know, you could get started, and if you find that it's something that you like, then you could buy a better camera down the road. You could keep using the same thing. There's nothing wrong with that. If you find that you are like, you know, I thought it'd be really cool, but it's really not for me. It's too much work, it's too much of a pain in the butt, whatever. Then you've got a decent camera that you could use for going on vacation and such, and you're not out a whole lot of money. I will put the link in the description for this video, for this camera. And like I said, it's something that I'm not being sponsored by them. They didn't ask me to test it out. They didn't send me a camera for free. This is a camera that I had long before I ever started motovlogging. It's something that I got to go to use in addition to my original GoPro. Main reason for that was my original GoPro was the original GoPro, and it did not have a removable battery. And big downfall of not having the removable battery was the fact that once the battery was dead, the battery was dead. You had to plug the whole GoPro into the wall or your computer or whatever to recharge it. You know, and obviously the bad thing about that is while the thing's plugged in, you're not using it. So I got this other camera just to take on vacation, so that when the original GoPro battery was done, I could switch to this camera and I didn't miss out on anything. And for that purpose, it worked extremely well. I really liked it, and it was really nice having that other camera. I liked it so much, to be honest with you, that for a long time it became my primary camera, because of the fact that I could just pop in batteries and pop in SD cards, and I didn't have to carry multiple cameras with me. I just had to carry the batteries. So I did that. I did that for a while. Used it as my primary, and I did that up until shortly before I got ready to start motovlogging, when I got the camera that I'm shooting my main footage with right now, my Hero 4 Black. But anyway, again, like I was saying, there's no need to spend a ton of money on an expensive GoPro to get started with motovlogging if you don't want to. Oh, I thought this is where the stoplight was. Oh well, anyway. You can start off with a less expensive camera and a digital voice recorder. I will add to this video and show you the camera itself and give you an idea of a digital voice recorder, the one that I have that I use from time to time, mainly to do voiceovers and such. At the end of this video, I'll go over that stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that little bit out there. Okay, everybody. Briefly, I just wanted to show you the camera off the bike. And this is what the camera looks like. And if you notice, it looks a whole lot like a GoPro. Okay? It's a Crosstour. This one's a 1080p model. They do have one that shoots in 4K. And it's got a nice built-in screen behind it, kind of like the Hero 4 Silver. The case that it's in currently is the waterproof case. It does come with a case that has slits in the back, so you have access to capturing audio using the built-in mic. It does not have a port where you can plug in an external microphone. And so if you're going to use it for motovlogging, which you can, you would have to get something like this, which is a digital voice recorder. And you would run something like this, the Purple Panda microphone, up through your jacket and out the collar of your jacket and then up into your helmet. A little bit more cumbersome, but you can do it. Now I did take this Crosstour camera and connected it to a selfie stick and videoed a little bit in the water, and I was able to view from my phone an app that you download. You can control the camera from your phone, and I was able to view it with the camera underwater as well. The footage that I shot didn't really come out because there wasn't really anything that I was shooting. It was just pool toys in the bottom of the pool. But anyway, I mean, this is a good little camera, like I said, for under 40 bucks. You spend a little bit more money. Under 50 bucks, you can get the same camera in 4K that shoots in 4K. I don't know how good that camera works. All I can speak to is this one, and I've been really happy with it, especially just using it for shooting things off the bike and using for B-roll footage. The footage the video that's up in the upper right-hand corner of the screen while I'm on the bike in this video was shot with this camera. I've also used it quite a bit for videoing my reviews that I've done, because of the fact that it has the built-in viewing screen on the back of it, which makes it easy to line up your shot. My GoPro that I use is a Hero Black, so it does not have the built-in screen on the back of it like the Hero Silver does. This camera does connect to just standard GoPro mounts, so anything that you can hook a GoPro up to, you can hook this camera up to as well. And I've used it quite a bit in the water. I just had never used it while I was outside of the water and it was in the water, to see if I could operate the camera using the mobile app. But you can. But anyway, I hope this is helpful. It's something, like I said, that'd be really good for B-roll or just using around the house or on vacation. But you could use it to get started with motovlogging. You just have to use the external microphone and or the external digital voice recorder. One thing that, if you're going to go that route, that's very helpful to line up, to sync up your audio to your video, is to do something as simple as just clapping your hands in front of the camera, because you'll see the spike on the audio recording, so that you can hook up that clap on video with the spike on the audio. And that's also a good way to do the B-roll. That's how I'm able to line up the two different shots, or even doing the dual vlogs with Mrs. Motomattman. I just clap in front of both cameras and then line that up and then chop off that clap part. But anyway, if you get out on two, make sure you keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down. If you like what you see, click the like and subscribe button, and by all means punch that bell. That way you get notifications whenever I upload any new content. Again, everybody, have a great day.